Hello, in this Hello, in this chapter 2, in which we will discuss the Scrum principles. This is a lesson 1, and in lesson 2 we will see how we can take the final exam to be Scrum Fundamental Certified. Let's start quickly with this lesson in which we'll discuss the Scrum principles. And in this Scrum principles we have 6 main principles. Number 1, Scrum is based on the empirical control. Scrum is based on the empirical control, which is, let's say, practical way to do things. Number 2, it's self-organization. We focus to teach the team to be self-organized. Also, we work as per the collaboration. Number 4, it's value-based prioritization, and it's time boxing methodology. And finally, it's an iterative development. Let's start the first one, which is empirical process control, in which we have 3 main basics aspects, let's say, or 3 main basic sides that we can use here in the empirical control. The first one is a transparency, in which we focus on having very strong artifacts, which means here some strong documents such as the vision statement, the product backlog, the release plan, in which this will make everyone have the same or on the same page for the project direction and the planning and also progress. Also in the progress here we focus on having the burn down chart, Scrum board. This will be shown everywhere to everyone to see the project progress. Also in the meeting we have the sprint planning meeting, we have sprint review meeting, and we have the daily stand-up meeting. All of those will have or will make a clear transparency image to the project team. Also, one of the empirical process control here is to have an inspection also, and this is done by having the progress board or the Scrum board, or we can say also Kanban board, in which you can see what is going on every day by having the to-do, doing, done columns, which have the tasks. Also, we have frequent feedback from the customer, frequent feedback from the product owner, and we do something called demonstrate and validate sprint at the end of the work in order to submit and ship the project. Of course, we will do it for the sprint, so we can submit the sprint after that, and we'll do that for the whole project at the end so that we can submit the project to the customer. Also, the adoption here, we have to get quick feedback so that we can adapt. So here we have the daily stand-up meeting, we have a regular and constant risk identification, we have a sprint lesson learned or retrospective, and the retrospective also for the project. For the second element, or for the second principle here, we have the principle of self-organization. We focus to have you need to set up the work to make your team self-organized. No need to follow on daily basis, no need to give them daily tasks, but you put them on the track, you give them the mindset of the agile, and then you tell them, okay, this is the sprint we need to do, yalla, start working. Of course, you will follow up, you will be with them, because remember, you will be working as a servant leader, so your role here is to work with them. So in the self-organization here, we focus on the team, such as the employees should be self-motivated, they need to take the responsibility and accountability of the work, and also the ownership of the work. For you as a servant leader, you need to be also self-organized, because you will be working as servant leader. Let's move to the third principle, which is a collaboration. You need to know that in the Scrum, the team is working together. The team is working, both of them are working together, and no one can work alone. And here's the point to differentiate between the collaboration and cooperation. In the cooperation, everyone will work alone. Everyone can work alone, and at the end, the outputs from all of them will be collected and submitted. But in the collaboration, it's not like that. In the collaboration, my output will be your input. You will take the output from me, you will work on it, and then you will give it to someone else. This is the collaboration, okay? So that the team can't work alone. Each team member can't work alone. Some of the good ideas of the collaboration here is to make something called co-location. And co-location is to put all your team members in one place, in one room, in one office, so that they can work with high dynamic and high motivation, so that they are working together in the same place, so that will increase the collaboration effectiveness. If you can't do that, you'll have on the other side the distributed team, in which also they can work together but remotely. So that you need to increase the video conferences, you need to increase the social media connection so that they feel that they are working together. Principle number 4 here is the prioritization, in which you need to focus and make your team focus on creating the high priority requirements. You focus on the high value, what is required to the customer, you get it done, you submit it, you ask for the next priority and move on. So in the Scrum framework, we focus on the goal of the project or the goal of the sprint. And then you use the prioritization to differentiate between what we must do it now and what we can do it later. And as you know, in the Scrum, we have the product owner will be in the middle between the customer and between the Scrum Master and the Scrum team, so that this product owner will be in the middle to translate the prioritization points from the customer point of view, and then this product owner will translate it to the Scrum team and the Scrum Master so that they can work upon it. Principle number 5 here, which is a time boxing, and this is one of the very important principles in the Scrum, in which you divide the work into small points or small group of work or small targets. Each one should be boxed or limited by time frame. So for example, here in the sprint, you set the sprint, you set a time for the sprint, you start the sprint with a planning meeting, you work inside the sprint, and then you finish the sprint with a sprint review meeting to see what you have done, and then you submit it. This is in the sprint. Inside the sprint itself, you work on daily targets, let's say. So you have a daily stand-up meeting and you ask 3 questions. What we should do today, what is the target of today, what we have made yesterday, or you start like that. What we have made yesterday. So if I'm working today, I know that tomorrow in the daily stand-up meeting, I will be asked on my progress. So I have a target. What you have made yesterday, what you should do today, and what are the problems that you have so that we can help you to solve these problems. This is the principle of the time boxing. The principle number 6 here is the iterative. And in the iterative, it means that you should be adaptive and you should work with the customer step by step to reach the target. It's not required in the sprint to receive from the customer from day one everything. He or she can't do that because maybe the customer doesn't have the full image of the work from day one. Maybe he has the idea, he has the objective, but he doesn't know where and how to reach it. So you start step by step with the customer to start by, okay, tell me the project vision, fine, give me the main product that you need to have, and then next step, give me the epics or the main features that you need to have. Okay, tell me what is the first product you need to have shortly. You and the customer will, of course, by the product owner, will focus on this product target, and then you will start breaking down to the user stories. You will estimate it by using the story points, and then you will start executing of this work. Okay, this product is 4 sprints, each sprint is 1 week, fine, let's work it. And each sprint you submit it to the customer or to the product owner, which will submit to who will submit it to the customer, and then you take the feedback. Is it fine? Is it no? What is the percentage of approval? Like that, and then you adapt in the next sprint, and so on. You submit all the sprints, so you submit product number 1, and then you adapt for the next product, and you ask the customer, okay, fine. Now I need to know what is the next product, because I have 4 or 5 products, but I don't know what is the second priority. I know the first priority, you get it done. Tell me the next priority so that we can start doing this one. Fine. This is the iterative, and we have now 6 principles that we have discussed today. The empirical process control. The next process is the self-organization, collaboration, value-based prioritization, time boxing, and iterative. We are done with this lesson, and it's only one lesson in chapter 2. Just in the next lesson, we will discuss how to take the final exam. So thank you, and see you in the next lesson.